This is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a marvelous day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, for your comments, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. And in this presidential season, there's a lot of information coming out and a lot of trending stories. So I'm trying to stay on top of the trending stories. So now the question is whether or not Joe Biden should be replaced at this late date as the Democratic presidential nominee. He's an incumbent president, so the tradition is that the incumbent does not have a challenger, and he is the automatic candidate to run as the Democratic nominee. But as we are witnessing, it is a question of age and health. And the Democrats are in a real dilemma, mainly because they did not plan ahead. They knew Joe Biden was an old man when he ran in 2020. And they put Kamala Harris on the ticket, which to me was a very bad decision because now they need a strong alternative to Joe Biden, and who's second in line is Kamala Harris. She's just a lightweight. She's just a lightweight. I don't care how many lies Donald Trump tells. I don't care how many crimes he commits. He knows how to finagle his way out of things. And his constituency is going to stay with him. And that's that. I do not see Kamala Harris as being up to the task of being president of the United States. And this is something that I don't think any Black American should ever forget.
The reality also is this. Any policy that will benefit Black people will benefit all of society. Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people. No, because whatever benefits that Black family will benefit that community and society as a whole and the country. Right?
When people show you who they are, believe them the first time. So says the late Dr. Maya Angelou. So she's shown us who she is, and so I believe her. Now the question is, will she get a shot at the job? Because Joe Biden is really in a bad situation right now, and the Democrats are panicking. There are those who are sticking with him regardless. But there are others who see sort of the handwriting on the wall, and that if he stays as the party's nominee, the Democrats will almost certainly lose. So they've been throwing around names about who should run, who they should pick. That would be a very complicated process in its own, because you have to have the delegates to be the nominee, and he's already got the delegates. And it would be nothing less than a slugfest to try to take those delegates away from him. Well, they can't. They can't take his delegates away from him. I believe that he could give them to another candidate, but he's not going to do it. So they're just right back where they started. But they're speculating about who could beat Trump. So I read this article. I found it interesting. Can any Democrat beat Trump? What polls show amid calls to replace Biden. After President Joe Biden's dismal performance at the presidential debate on Thursday evening, there have been calls to replace him with another Democrat. But former President Donald Trump leads other potential opponents in the polls. While Biden did provide numerous policies that his administration has implemented during his tenure, he did not deliver them well. He spoke incoherently and failed to meet hopes from the Democratic Party that their presumptive nominee would look youthful and energetic on the CNN stage in Atlanta. A Biden aide, meanwhile, told Newsweek late Thursday night that the president was battling a cold during the debate. Following Thursday debate, Johanna Masaka, a Democratic consultant and former Barack Obama aide, posted a video on X, formerly Twitter, urging her party to change its 2024 presidential candidate. She said, "We cannot do this, Democrats. Joe Biden can't put a sentence together. We have to change our candidate, and we have so many good candidates who are sitting on the sidelines." Well, that is something that you absolutely do not do when you are part of a political party. You don't abandon your candidate on sight. You first try to rehabilitate him, and even if he isn't rehabilitatable, you put on the best front and you support your own man. So they need to fire this woman. And that is an advantage that Republicans have over Democrats. Once they lock into a candidate, they like the candidate, they don't care what they do. See Donald Trump. They don't care what they do. They're going to stick with the man. And very often, they're successful. You don't jump ship the first time somebody makes a mistake. You stick with it and see if there's something to be done. And even if you do replace your man, you don't do it publicly. You don't start talking about it and everybody else talking about it. That's a decision for the party officials. Newsweek reached out to Biden and Trump's campaign via email, as well as the Democratic National Committee via an online form for comment. So, how do other Democrats fare against Trump, the presumptive GOP presidential nominee? Let's see. In a hypothetical matchup between Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris, Trump leads by an average of 6.6 percentage points, according to poll aggregator Real Clear Polling. It is important to note that the polling data is from last November to February. In an Emerson College poll conducted between February 13th and 14th, Trump received 46% of the vote, while Harris received 43%. The poll surveyed 1,225 U.S. registered voters and has a margin of error of plus or minus 2.7 percentage points. In the same poll, when Trump was up against California Governor Gavin Newsom, Trump led by 10 percentage points, 46 to 36%. Meanwhile, Trump had an even bigger lead in a hypothetical matchup between him and Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer, 45 to 33%. Newsom did even worse against Trump in a Rasmussen Reports poll conducted from March 5th to 7th. Trump led Newsom by 17 percentage points, 51 to 34%, in the survey of 912 U.S. likely voters. The poll has a margin of error of plus or minus 3 percentage points. Meanwhile, former First Lady Michelle Obama also trailed behind Trump in a hypothetical matchup, 50 to 43%. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro's name has also been floated. In a Muhlenberg College poll conducted between November 20th and December 13th, 2023, Shapiro led Trump by 11 points in a hypothetical matchup, 48 to 37 percentage points. But this was only in Pennsylvania. He didn't lead him nationwide. The poll surveyed 421 registered voters, which is not enough, in Pennsylvania, and had a margin of error of plus or minus 6 percentage points. Well, 421 people in a country of over 300 million, that sampling is not big enough to give you a real picture of how somebody would do. So the Democrats might mess around and find out. They put an old man who might be suffering from dementia in a second term of a president of the United States. Then you got a woman on the ticket who has offended the most loyal voters, and they haven't done anything to show appreciation for their most loyal voters. And so now they got a situation where they're scrounging around trying to find somebody to beat Trump, who has the most loyal voters in the country. So it's really going to be interesting to see how all of this shakes out. So the Democrats are playing musical chairs with the different prospects. And these two women are prominently mentioned. So, can either one of them beat Donald Trump? Let's all stay tuned. Okay, y'all, let me know what you think about the video. Thank you for listening. Subscribe to the channel. Give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, share the video. And as always, have a great day.